Okay, so we have someone from Walk Away here, Dave Tomek. He's the, what's your title, Dave? District? Regional Leader of Walk Away.
Thank you very much, Karen. Boy, what a great speech there by Chuck Wheeler. How about another round of applause for Chuck? I just met Chuck earlier today, and he's a dynamic speaker. He's doing a lot for your county here, and very informational, and what a great lead-in for what I do. You know, I'm with Walk Away. I started out a year ago as a state leader here in Illinois, and now I'm regional leader. I take care of 7 states. What I'm trying to do is look for good talent and leadership to promote Walk Away, what its message is. And I pretty much spoke with everybody already. I think I'll say it again. If you were to ask 10 people in Walk Away what Walk Away means, you'd get 10 different answers. And what it is, it's a bridge. It started in 2018 from a liberal who had voted for Hillary Clinton. Yeah. And his name is Brandon Strzok. And Brandon Strzok is from New York. All right. And Brandon was very curious as to why so many people, why 63 million people would vote for a racist, bigot president. And he started talking to people who were supporters of Donald Trump. And he found out that these people are totally opposite of what the left likes to portray us as. He went back to his neighborhood and his friends and family, and he got treated the same way that Republicans usually get treated. And he lost friends, he lost relationships, got death threats. So he put out a video. And in his video, he spelled out what he was, what he supported. He was a former liberal Democrat. He was a very active Democrat in people's campaigns, and he said, now I'm walking away, and that's where the name comes from, Walk Away. So he wanted to know how many people around the country felt the same way, had gone through the same thing, and had been treated the same way once they had left the Democrat Party. And then there was just an outpour of video testimonials, written testimonials of people who felt that their voice was important. They never had a place where they could say what they wanted to say and have full support from people who felt the same way. And it grew very quickly, and here we are 2 years later with over 600,000 people in the main group for the national. And we have 1,500 people here in Illinois. Now, these are people that have walked away that are part of the Walk Away organization. It doesn't include every single person who is a Walk Away. Some of the most famous people are Ronald Reagan. We think we all know who he is. Our president right now, Donald Trump, he is a Walk Away, okay? Mark Curran, who's running for Senate against Dick Durbin, he is a Walk Away, all right? These are all people that, you know, for one reason or another, like myself, I voted for Bill Clinton back in '92 and I've regretted it ever since. You sit back and you realize, you start looking at the different policies, how politics affects your everyday life, taxes, jobs, and everything like that, and freedoms. Yes, thank you, Diane. And you start to look at things in a different perspective, and you decide that, you know, maybe I'm more conservative minded than I am liberal minded. And a lot of people in a lot of areas vote Democrat by default. What does that mean? That means that they vote Democrat because their friends do. They're not very politically, they don't get involved in politics because they're busy working 2 jobs, taking care of families. They don't have time. They just really, it's too confusing for them. And, you know, what do? They resort to the media and other friends and neighbors, and most of them will say Democrats. And certain areas like the black communities, the Hispanic communities, the gay communities, you know, that's predominantly Democrat. You know, and it was a great lead-in for what I do, is listening to Chuck Wheeler earlier today and just now. You know, I think the heroes of the 2020 election are going to be black conservatives. Yeah. Give a round of applause for that. It is happening. You know, we are very upset and angry with everything we see in the news. Let's face it, you know, all of the Antifa and the riots and defunding the police, wanting to get rid of the national anthem, kneeling before the flag and everything. All of these offend us because we're very freedom-minded Republicans. Well, it's not only us. You have to think of the people that live in these neighborhoods, like in Englewood, Chicago, which is one of the worst communities when it has to do with crime and poverty. Their community now has just been devastated. because of all of these riots, and they boarded up all the buildings that actually did, people who had jobs there were working there. Now they don't. And so you have a city now, and you have a Mayor Lightfoot, who's not supporting them. She's trying to defund the police. The police there are trying to protect the people, and they can't protect the people. And so here you go. Everybody's watching the news. They're seeing what's happening, and it's not just us. It's also those people who have been Democrat loyalists for a long time that are fed up. They don't know where to go. They're afraid to talk. They're afraid to say, maybe I should vote for Trump. And so this is where Walkaway comes from. You know, it's a very safe organization. It's online. We're on Facebook and Twitter. We have a website called walkawaycampaign.com. I urge you to go to that website and take a look and see what it's all about, see what the mission is. And even more important than what Brandon Strzok's main point is, what's real important are the people that have made video testimonials and written testimonials. These are real live people. You know, they've been through hell. You know, what would you feel like if all your life you've thought this organization that you've supported and loved and you thought back to you, what would you do if all of a sudden they just turned their backs on you? You know, you'd be very ticked off, you'd be angry, you'd be upset, you wouldn't know where to go. Walkaway is that first bridge, that first step to getting them to go to the other side. And people within Walkaway ask me all the time when I go to different meetups and go across the Midwest. They say, okay, well, what can we do? We've all walked away now. Now I say, okay, you know, Walkaway is a 501c3 organization. We cannot back candidates, but you can as a person. You know, I can take off my Walkaway hat and I can say, okay, now here I am. I'm Dave Tomek, the Republican. Now I support Jeannie Ives, and I'm going to get involved in her campaign. Jeanette Ward for state senate. She's going to hopefully maintain that seat after Jim Oberweis leaves. I can get involved there. I can go to their events. I can go to their fundraisers. I can knock on doors, drop off literature. I can get very involved in those campaigns which will help you and help businesses and help restore our freedom in our country. So my only advice to you is stay motivated, keep doing great events like this. Thank you, Diane. How about that?